So there are paths of least resistance, and the paths of least resistance are the same thing as the path of most allowance.
Sure.
And so we're talking about allowing, not resisting, whatever we're giving our attention to. So we can be allowing things we want, or we can be allowing things we don't want. We can be resisting things we want. We could be resisting things we don't want. So is resisting things we don't want the same as allowing things we do want? Well, think about it. It's a trick question. If what we don't want is all clogged up and what we do want is all open, then are we allowing what we do want while we are disallowing what we don't want? Now, you've been good students, and we've said you can't push against what you don't want, and so that's why you so quickly gave a formerly correct answer. But we're making it all so complicated. As you stand now, you don't have to worry about whether it's an old pipe or a new pipe. You don't have to figure any of that out. You don't have to figure out if it's in the vortex. You don't have to figure out if it's upstream or downstream. You don't have to figure, all you have to figure out is, how does this thought feel? And if this thought doesn't feel good, then you've got 17 seconds to change the subject. And if you've caught yourself early, you can easily do it in 17 seconds. It's like Esther loved the first time that she and Jerry came to San Francisco. It's the first time she saw those streets, those ridiculous streets. So imagine your car at the top of the hill, and you just nudge it a little and it starts to move forward, and you're wise enough to know what's going to happen, so you step out in front of it and you stop the momentum before it gets out of hand. But imagine if you were at the bottom of the hill waiting to stop that momentum. So this is the same sort of thing. If you stop the momentum before it gets going, or better said, don't encourage the momentum, change your direction. We have one small story to tell you, and we think it lays the basis of everything that we're going to be talking today really well for you. So imagine that you're standing here as your point of attraction, and that law of attraction is going to help you rendezvous with everything that is vibrationally active within you. So it's like there's a pipeline between you and what you've been thinking about, wanted and unwanted. So we call this pipeline the path of least resistance, because as you think about it, you offer a thought that opens the pipeline. A thought that you hold for as little as 17 seconds is powerful enough. But once you cross the 17-second mark, we're not kidding you. This is precise. Another thought like it joins it. That thought's more powerful. So the path of least resistance between you and what you're thinking about is that much more. By the time you hold it for another 17 and then another 17, so you cross the 68-second mark, that path of least resistance is significant enough that there is going to be some demonstration to you if you're aware. The demonstration will come, you might miss it, but there's going to be some demonstration of the pathway you've laid. So Esther has some beautiful water features in Texas. It's at the Abraham Hicks Center. And there's a headwater and a little stream, and it comes down some rapids and falls into a bigger pond. And the stream was getting cloudy. And so it was finally determined, after trying a lot of different things, that the pipes that were putting the water back in, first pipes take it into the filter filters it and aerates it and puts it back into the stream. And those coming back in pipes were clogged. So the stream was cloudy. Couldn't see the fish. So they just laid some new pipes. Didn't dig the old ones up. They were buried really deep. Just laid some new pipes. Didn't bury them quite as deep. And now the pond is clear again. So we began saying to our friends, you friends, you may have some clogged pipes. Because if you're asking for things that aren't coming, it may be that you've got some clogged pipes. So it was a sort of fun analogy to play with. Let's get those pipes open. And the better you feel, the more your pipes are open. But then later, the analogy began to evolve. And Esther heard us say, as she's listening back on one of the recordings, that those pipes closed up from neglect. And something about that just jumped out to her. And so she sat and wrote with us. She's working on a new book. We are writing. It's called The Grid, which really is the label that we're giving to what your point of attraction is. What are you doing? It's like a grid or a framework that's filling in with the details. But what are you vibrationally building? What grid have you established that is filling in with all of the details? And so, as Esther is thinking about these pipes that have clogged up with neglect, we said to her, there are things that you have opened a path of least resistance to that you don't want a rendezvous with. So why not let those pipes close up from neglect, lack of attention? And there are those things that you really want to establish a pathway to, a path of least resistance to. So why not keep those pipes open by attention?